Bum, bum, bum. We're live.
Yeah. Hello.
Hi. Hello. It just said you were live. And now I know we are live. Oh my goodness, I am cold. He's like, you're cold. Don't touch me. Ooh. Volume down.
Yeah, volume's down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we are going to be talking about cases, return cases, people opening up cases against you. If you have any cases you need help with, how to avoid them on Poshmark, how not to get cases opened up against you. Nobody wants them. I don't want them. You don't want them. He doesn't want them.
Nope.
Hi, everybody. Ooh, emojis.
Hello, Kelly B. Hello, Connie. How you doing? Christine, Beautifully Destroyed, TSB Designs, Carolyn Beeham, Carrie Berry's mom, Posh Seller, and Cindy, Lachey, Jessica, Lisa, Kim. What's up, Christine?
And emojis, of course.
Emojis all over the place. Hello, Lisa. How you doing tonight?
I had to request a return today. See, this is what
so did I.
Sparked this interesting topic of conversation. You know, I've had a few cases brought against me. I've lost one, and that was a while ago. But it doesn't happen often. So we're going to talk about like minimizing it. You know, but once in a while there's just unhappy people.
Yeah.
And there's just, but Jay will share with you what happened to him today first. Would you like to show?
Yeah, so I bought a pair of Hudson jeans. They were the Byron straight dark wash jeans. And I paid $30 for them. She had good pictures. Not a lot of pictures, but she had I think 2 pictures or 3 pictures up there. They all look in great shape, front, back, tag, all that good stuff. So when I got them today, I just inspected them. And you guys should always inspect your packages as soon as you get them and inspect them really good. Inspect them like you would if you were buying them from a thrift store, just to make sure you can get every area inspected and don't accept things before you inspect them right. So I inspected them, and there was some pulling in the back on the butt area,
undisclosed damage.
Yeah, there was thread marks. So we investigated a little further. So we turned the pants inside out, and it turns out that these pants had been patched on either side of the butt, and there's these patch jobs there. And if you wear a pair of jeans like that for more than a few times, you're going to end up blowing out the patches, and there's going to be big problems. And the damage wasn't disclosed, so I opened up a case, and I have very confident
there.
Poshmark is going to side with.
Show them the butt before the patches.
No, I'm going to show them the patches.
You're going to show them the patches?
So there are the patches that are right there. They're
on the inside
of the butt, and then the damage is visible on the back side there, right there, and on the other side. So I'm confident that Poshmark is going to side with us on this case, and
but Jay felt bad.
Back. Yeah, it was only her second sale. I mean, so I felt bad opening up a case against her. I almost considered just giving her 1 star and giving her feedback saying you need to disclose damage, and if there's damage in there, you need to inspect your clothing a little more thoroughly and disclose all damage and repairs. And that's what you need to do. You need to disclose all damage and repairs. And it is on the back side, Elisa, you're right. So you need to disclose all of that, even if it's a little fraying on the hems or
take pictures of it,
a pull or something like that. If there's any damage, you should you definitely need to disclose all that. That's one way to avoid getting a return from Poshmark.
Even if it's something small, like Jay said, like fraying, if those jeans on the bottom hems are fine, but sometimes the denim's just a tiny bit too long, and sometimes our shoes drag it on the ground a little bit and it gets a little frayed, some more than others, if they don't get them hemmed. But even if it's just the tiniest bit and it's barely frayed and the color's a little lighter, still take a picture of it. It might be something small to you and insignificant to you, but it might not be something small and insignificant to somebody else when they get that item and they're thinking that it's in good condition, or whatever condition it's in.
Yeah, the picture showed it. It looked like it was in great shape and it was a good price.
She didn't spread the legs.
She didn't spread the legs, yeah. So you got to disclose damage or you're going to end up getting a return. It's that simple. That's one way.
Repairs too. I sew, and I have reinforced buttons.
Thank you, Aerosmith Joe.
I have. I'll say, I reinforced this button because it was getting a little wobbly, and I haven't had any issues with that, especially if I can't correctly match the thread to the button, or, it's like a little bit off, I'll say something like small. I don't repair as in like mend an entire leg,
yeah,
but I'll mend like a seam, something like that's very small. I don't spend a lot of my time mending, but I'll mention it because it might seem like I did such a good job. No one's going to see this, but I don't want them to say, hey, this was hand sewn right here.
And that's one of the reasons why we inspect our clothing so well at the thrift stores and garage sales and tag sales, is because we don't want to buy a damaged piece of clothing and put it up there and have to disclose damage. It's going to make you look bad. It's going to get you less of a profit on that item, and it's just pointless to buy something damaged and list it when you can find plenty of stuff that is undamaged and in good used condition that you can sell. So we inspect really thoroughly when we go out and buying clothing. We go through every inch of that article of clothing before we put it in the cart to make sure there is no damage. And
occasionally something gets by.
Something does get by, yeah.
If there,
I just bought a Burberry shirt the other day that I was going to sell, and that was the green polo shirt, and I didn't notice the stain until I got home because it was the tiniest little brown stain that you can barely see.
Won't come out.
It won't come out, but you can barely see it. It's not the end of the world. So if the shirt was, the shirt was my size, so I kept it, and I don't mind wearing it. There's a little tiny stain on it. It's not the end of the world. It's an awesome shirt. But I wasn't going to sell it because there was a stain on it, and I didn't want to have to run the risk of getting a undescribed
Kelly B says,
item not as described case or something.
Sweaters or tops coated in cat hair is the worst. Okay, we have cats. You see Hunter Cat in Bigglesworth going up and down the stairs quite often. My studio is a cat-free zone. I Swiffer, like, granted, like, there's a little crack under the door. I Swiffer like once a month. Like, I don't let my cats in there, and where we wrap, we don't let our cats in there, but we still lint roll the crud out of everything because cat hair is, it's on us too, no matter how much we lint roll ourselves. But I'm very, very, like, I'm going to wash this if I think it's sticking to it. I wash, and then I nowhere near the cat. I don't bring it anywhere near the cat. If you have animals, try to keep a clean room. Try to keep where you photograph or where you store your items as a completely dog, cat, hamster free room, because even if you get used to it, breathing and stuff like that, other people are very sensitive to cats and dogs and their dander. And even just a little bit, never mind coated in cat hair, just try to keep it clean. That's also why we put them in bags once we're done photographing them. And when they're clean, they're photographed, we fold them up and we put them in our inventory. We put them in plastic bags. So, I don't care what kind of cat we have. There's no cat hair that's going to go through a plastic bag. Even if he sits on the plastic bag, which they don't. But, try to come up with a system if you have animals, because that is a thing. That's definitely a thing.
So I'm going to glance down from time to time, guys. I'm just going to be reading the comments on the phones just in case I'm not looking at the camera. Yes, slow season is almost over. Hack Your Health. Middle to end of July.
Yeah.
And it starts picking back up again for back to school. And that's when the jeans will start flying off the shelf. So stock up now if you haven't started stocking up on jeans yet. Excuse me. I bought a New Attack Silk Banana Republic shirt set to resale. And today noticed that the top has several pulls in the fabric, even though it's new.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens.
Sometimes even New Attack stuff, we shop a lot at Nordstrom Rack during like the clear the rack. You have to be you really need to inspect when you go to places like that, because they get the damaged items or the ones that are brand new at tags but might have a few pulls, might have like a misplaced button or something like that. So even though it's like brand new at store tags, you still have to kind of like inspect it, because even when they're in the store, they're like rubbing against other garments, they're getting hung up,
people are trying them on and
in the dressing room and cars, and they're getting moved around a lot. It doesn't matter if they're new.
What's up, Steve?
You still have to kind of inspect them, and that stinks. You think New Attacks, this is gold. I don't have to look at it, but you kind of do.
So we had a question. I have right here from Lisa Barton. If you sell an item at the same time on eBay and Poshmark, or you forget to end an item on Poshmark after it sells on another platform. You trailed the
too long.
Oh wait, there's more here.
There's more.
You said you just tell the person on Poshmark and apologize, but my worry is this: doesn't it take a while for them to get their money refunded, the buyer?
That I'm not sure of. I'm not sure. I know when I cancel an order on Poshmark, it goes out of my, pending, like instantly. So I would think it would go right. I'm not sure. Maybe it depends on how they pay for it. That stinks. But the only reason why we choose, and it rarely happens, that we sell on one item on two platforms, like almost simultaneously. Yeah. And then we have to cancel it. I'm talking like it rarely happens. But the only reason why we choose to cancel on Poshmark over eBay is eBay's going to have ramifications if you keep canceling. Poshmark, there's different things that you can choose. And I always say, chose to add to a bundle. And they're like, woohoo, add it to a bundle, And there's no real ramifications for canceling on Poshmark. But if you stay on top of it and you have your push notifications on all the sites that you sell on come into your phone and you say, sold something, instantly go to the other sites you're selling on and take it off. It's just you staying on top of things, and it won't, you'll minimize it. How much that happens anyway.
Yeah, it's true, Daisy May. Often you can't avoid a case being open. She says she sold a medium shirt on Poshmark and the tag said medium on it. The buyer said it didn't fit and Poshmark sided with her. It's going to happen. Most of the time you're going to win those cases. I don't know what other instance the buyer had cited on that situation, but if you took a clear picture of the size tag and included measurements, and that's the key. If you include measurements and have a size tag, then you're going to win no matter what.
Now, since Poshmark's returns, like the case, it's kind of changed. The person used to open a case and you would get this very few responses, like item not as described, or, and you didn't have any details. Now there's communication.
Thank you very much, Fashion Hoarder. That's awesome.
For the baby fun.
For the baby fun. Thank you so much.
Now there's open communication. You see exactly what the buyer says is wrong with it, and you can communicate back. The important thing is not to actually commit to anything. Poshmark is going to make a ruling, apologize, be like, I'm sorry you feel that way. I did include measurements. It did say medium, but don't say, I know it ran small. I'll take it back. Because if you start saying stuff like, I'm sorry, my bad, I could take it back if Poshmark says yes. Well, Poshmark's going to say yes then. Don't admit fault, but be apologetic, if that makes sense. Because Poshmark looks at the whole conversation between the two people, and it could go back and forth for a little bit before Poshmark goes and does their ruling, and then they make the best decision on what was said back and forth. So be mindful about what you're saying now that we can communicate back and forth in the cases.
So Carrie Berry's mom wants to know, how do you cancel an order?
You go into the actual order and you go into problems inquiry. And then it's one of the things that'll say like problems with order. You click it and then it says cancel order. And then that brings a new screen and it says, why are you canceling the order? So yeah, Poshmark's very simple.
Yeah,
they kind of like walk you through it.
Not that complicated at all. So Aerosmith Joe says, if you have to return, do you mark RTS in box?
No. So if Poshmark actually does accept a return and they're like, okay, like if they say, Jay, those are crappy jeans, I'm so sorry, she's going to take them back, they're going to email Jay a shipping label to slap on the package to send back to the seller for the denim. If they say, sorry, keep the jeans, and they reimburse, because they could do both. They won't send a label, but you don't use the original label. You don't return to sender. None of that. You never pay out of pocket to go. You don't go to the post office and say, hey, return this.
And you don't send it before you get that label and Poshmark approves the case. If you send it back instantly, there's going to be no recourse for you to get a refund. Poshmark won't have proof. So don't send it back until you actually get that return label from Poshmark. And Poshmark has sided with you and says, yes, you're able to return the item. That's when you send it back. You put it in the box, use their return shipping label. Once the buyer receives that item, you will get your refund.
Now, in the past, it was very, very common for lower priced items to get kind of like washed out. They would say, the Poshmark would say, sorry, for both parties. They reimburse the buyer and the seller, and the buyer would keep the item. And everyone's like, that's not fair. They're keeping the item, but they're mad at it. They're upset with it. And then they got their money back.
People were scamming the system. Yeah, they were knew that they'd get their money back and everybody would get compensated. So they've revamped it a lot.
But when they actually ship out, they email that label to the buyer to send back something. They only have a certain amount of days to do it because that label is only good for a couple of days. You try using a post office label that's like a couple weeks old, they're going to say, no good, and I've had that happen. My last return that was actually accepted, and it was a my bad type thing. She never sent them back. And it was like, I got a follow-up email from Poshmark saying, we reached out. They said they're planning on shipping them, and they never did. So I think they were trying to do that I'm keeping it and getting paid back for it thing too, realizing that wasn't the case.
Doesn't work anymore like that.
Doesn't work anymore.
And I'm more than happy to send these jeans back because I don't want to wear them and ruin them. So they're I paid enough for them, but they're an expensive pair of jeans. So this mom's tale says my first case opened on me a couple days ago because she said the shoes weren't the size I said, but I had pics of all the sizes printed on the shoes. Poshmark sided with me, thankfully, but so nerve-wracking. Yeah, most of the time Poshmark is going to side with you if you take measurements and pictures properly. So that's why we always suggest, and that's another way to avoid returns. Always don't rely on the size tag. Always put measurements in your listing.
But also include the
the size tag.
Doesn't matter. Shoes, pants, skirt, shirt, even if it's generic, like medium. But shoes are very specific, 8.5, or whatever it is. Take a picture of it, even on a sneaker, on a high heel shoe. Take a picture of it, and it kind of covers your booty. Shoes fit differently. She can't get mad that she can't shove her foot into a smaller shoe.
If it's labeled one size, they're going to side with you. I mean, and if you have measurements, you're golden. So take measurements and picture the size tags, and you'll be fine. If you guys don't know how to take measurements, you have a video on that, right?
I talk about jeans and measuring like inseams. Yeah,
we should upload a video on measurements. Didn't we do one? I thought we did. Yeah.
People were really confused about like what a rise was.
Yeah.
I love denim. So it said you had to return to, what was that about? The one that didn't actually get returned to me was denim. It was Miss Me jeans. And she said these are more light than the photos show, and in the description it said like whitewashed. And like they were very light. They weren't bleached, but they were light. And the photos were pretty true. And I stood by my photos. But apparently she took all these photos and overexposed photos, making them look like horrible. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But then she just never returned them. I think she was trying to keep the jeans and get reimbursed for them. That's the only like logical explanation.
So is there a way to tell what size a shoe is with no markings?
You can measure the inside of the shoe, like with a seamstress tape. Hard rulers don't work, like toe to heel and like compared to the size charts, but that's general. Just like when you remember when you were a kid and you went.
I'm sorry, Amber Zara. I'm sorry I missed you. How you doing?
and you used to put your foot in that metal contraption when you were a kid. And they used to measure how long your foot was and how wide your foot was. And they're like, oh, you're a size 6. And you're like, oh, yay, my foot's bigger this year. I'm growing up. When you were a kid, same thing. Some shoes are just a little tighter, especially like Italian shoes and fancy shoes, but you can definitely, especially if you do have high-end shoes that tend to run small, like Louboutins run small, measure inside like toe to heel and say, this is what it is. This is the best I can do. Know your shoe size in this brand.
So Aerosmith Joe, I don't sell sports coats as of yet. I don't have a man form for them yet. We're working on getting one of those. As soon as I get one, I'm going to venture into sport coats. So I'm not entirely sure what the best way to send them is. So I'm sorry, I can't point you in the right direction on that. I would assume.
What's he said?
How do you send a sport coat out? You don't want to fold it really.
I mean,
that's the thing. You can fold it
like loosely.
Loosely, yeah.
And like the arms in.
Arms in, so, yeah. I mean, that's probably the only option.
Shove it in a small bag.
Yeah, don't shove it. You want to fold it carefully. Maybe put it in a box or something like that. There
are these big, humongous. They're called Space Saver bags. They have them at the Dollar Trees. Dollar Trees are everywhere, and I use them. on rare occasions when there's something huge that won't, like, I don't want to shove. Like, Jay sold a leather motorcycle jacket on Poshmark. Remember that thing? That, like, that G-Force thing? And you can barely fold. It was, like, sturdy leather. Like, try folding that thing. And we put it in one of, it looks like, seriously, like a huge Ziploc baggie with a handle on it. I mean, a dollar store. But you do protect the item, and you don't have to, like, shove it into, like, a small bag. I pick them up every time I go to the dollar store. I think there's like 2 per box per $1. And since you barely use them, they're good to have on hand just in case.
Jennifer House says she ships them in a flat rate regional A box. So that's not a bad idea. Check that out. On Poshmark, can the buyer just contact you before opening a case?
They can do whatever they want. They can comment on the actual listing. I've had people do that. I've had one lady commented on a pair of Not Your Daughter's jeans. And she says, and she, you know, at my closet name, she just commented, she goes, "These aren't skinny jeans. I want my money back." Like, no punctuation, just like one long words. And I was like, what? And I'm looking at the description, and it said slim fit jeans. Like, they're not skinny jeans. They were like slenderer jeans. And Not Your Daughter's jeans are made more for womanly figures than they are for daughterly figures. It's kind of in the name. And not one word in that description or title said skinny. I just didn't respond to her. I'm like, she's not opening a case. Maybe she doesn't know how. She obviously doesn't know how to punctuate or capitalize the first letter in her sentence. So, like, I just ignored it. Nothing came of it, but people can comment on the listing. You know.
So Lisa Goldman says, I bought an awesome Tupac shirt from Posh, and after I got it, the seller sent me a message soliciting photos of me styling the item. She wanted them for their Instagram account. Heard of this?
Yeah. So I haven't heard of it afterwards. I've heard of people, like, when I put my little thank you card in with the packages saying, like, whatever, it does have, like, some social media on it. I have 3 Instagrams. I have a personal one. I have one for us. Same thing, Thrifty Flamingo. I also have one that's just for Poshmark, and it's more for buyers. You know, it showcases things that I'm going to be listing or I did list. It's not more for networking. So I have that linked, and occasionally, like, people will tag me in something that they bought, saying, like, "Hey, this is what I just got from Pink Flamingo BTQ." And it's really cute, you know? So I know a lot of people will do that, like, when they ship out the package. I've never heard about it, like, afterwards.
So Carolyn Beham says, ordered shirts. They were rags. Seller even enclosed a note apologizing for the shirts. Should have opened a case, but I was new. Gave her a one star with my explanation. She was a posh ambassador, too.
They were rags. Like, why even bother?
There's some grimy sellers out there. It just happens. You definitely should open a case on that, but you live and learn. Amber Zara thinks we're good luck. She hasn't had a sale in 8 days while listening to you guys. I sold something. Sorry about being super excited, but this isn't 6th sale ever since I started in March. Awesome. Way to go.
Oh, I see Dahlia. Hi, Dahlia.
And there'll be many more sales coming, so keep it up.
Dahlia, did you go to the Posh and Sip on Sunday? We were supposed to go to a local Posh and Sip, and it's somebody I already know, and baby happened, and I got sick, and I was like, I can't go, and I was, like, so upset. Oh, I was so upset.
So
try reading at the same time. Go.
So other things to avoid so that you won't get returns. Listing. Well, if you list improper items and somebody buys them, there's no recourse to a return there because they can't go through Poshmark and say, look, I bought this mug and there's a chip in it, because you're not supposed to sell mugs. You shouldn't be listing anything improperly anyway, but that's something you don't have to worry about. As far as makeup goes, though, selling swatched makeup can get a return for you. That's considered used makeup. And we had some comments on that earlier where people are just confused as to what swatched makeup is. So swatched makeup is makeup that is used in department stores or stuff like that, where people can test it out and put a little bit on their skin and see if it's right for them and all that.
Or when you buy makeup and you open it
or
up
you use it yourself, yeah.
Ooh, it doesn't look good on my skin. You know what we're talking about. Could be with your finger, could be with a Q-tip. Anything touching the makeup, it's now used. That is Poshmark's ruling on it. That's not us.
Not us.
Like, there's people saying, like, it could be swatched. I'm like, no, that's disgusting.
And you will get a return on that if somebody decides to open up a return. They will side with the buyer on that situation. So what other ways you can receive a return? Think what are some other ways, babe?
Oh, get a return. Okay,
yeah.
So then the other thing about Jay's case was, her description was lacking every which way. And I get it. Like, a lot of the guys, like, when you look at listing men's, Jay is very thorough with his listings. Taught him well. But a lot of guys are just like, pair of Jordans. And that's it.
Yeah.
Her listing said pair of Hudson jeans, dark wash. Like, be descriptive.
They did say Byron.
Yeah. They said the cut. Yeah.
The cut, yeah.
But just be... The more the merrier.
The more words you put in your description, yes. The better chances you're not going to get a case opened up against you.
And honesty. Honesty. Yes.
Oh, yeah. Authentic. That's another good point. Thanks for that, Christina Erickson. I didn't think about that. Anything that's a replica or designed as or something like that.
Fake makeup. And yep. Okay, I'm not good with that. When they have those, keep Poshmark in tip-top shape. When it's like self-policing and you get to go through the people that have reported stuff, whenever makeup's involved, unless I'm comparing side by side, you see them on like Pinterest and stuff like that. And it's like, okay, well, this is the Tarte this, and this is the fake Tarte. And you're like, oh yeah, I can obviously see that's a little bit off. Unless I'm comparing it side by side, I can't pick out fake makeup. That's not my thing. I love makeup. I love to wear it.
I'm sure there are people out there that know how to tell the difference.
Yeah,
so
there are people that are good at telling the difference, and it's just not me. But there is a huge market for it too, because a lot of the high-end makeups, yep. You could buy like a $45 palette. You get that palette for like $10 and sell it as a $45 palette. Like that's really good. But yeah. It's also, they make this makeup so cheaply that it's bad for your face. That's why it's only $10. Don't buy bad makeup. Don't buy fake knockoff makeup. Even if you know it's knockoff makeup and it's for yourself, it's not good for your face.
Yes, you can share your closet while on vacation mode. You just can't ship anything or sell anything until you get back. I heard that Posh will be cracking down on people who are using stock photos. What do you think?
I think that if they do, they do. I use some stock photos. I love stock photos for jeans. I know brands has cracked down on them. Certain brands hate when you use their stock photos.
Yeah, it's about Lululemon is key.
Another thing about returns, don't just use a stock photo. I never trust a listing, even if it says new with tags, never used, excellent condition, new with tags, and it's like 3 stock photos, front, side, back, and you're like, okay, I want to see what I'm actually getting. Even if it's brand new with tags, there's not one flaw yep. on it. Include pictures of the actual garment. Don't just use stock photos. It's easier, sure, of course, but people want to see what they're actually getting.
As far as Posh cracking down on people who are using stock photos, I haven't heard anything about that, and I can't see them doing that for some reason. I don't see what the point of that would be, and I don't think they're going to worry themselves with that. Yeah, there's a lot more on their plate than just that. So I don't know where you got your information from, but I haven't heard anything about that, and I can't see them.
Yeah, Christina says fake makeup is so dangerous. It really is not good for the face.
Yes, if your closet is on vacation, Tanya, your listings are still visible. You can still share to the parties, and people can still like and follow you and like your items.
They're still visible. The only thing that I don't agree with vacation mode. When you open up the closet, there'll be a banner on the bottom saying on vacation until yada yada, and it'll say a date, which you set. When you open up the individual listings in a vacation mode closet, it makes each individual listing not for sale. And it doesn't say vacation mode. Originally, vacation mode at like $41. So people open it up, they can't see the actual price of the listing, and it just says not for sale. So if you are sharing to a party, people are like, why are they sharing not for sale items? The only way they can tell you're on vacation mode is if they go to your closet. That's the only thing I don't agree about with the vacation mode is how the actual listings look individually. not in the closet.
So guys, quick announcement. If you haven't gotten on our email list yet and you've been waiting for whatever reason, definitely click the first link in the description and jump on our email list. Very soon, I'm talking about within the next 5 days, maybe Monday, we're going to be doing a drawing from our email list for a mystery box winner. We already have some items selected. We're waiting to get a couple more emails to be fair for all you guys and get as many of you guys on the list as possible. So to get on that list, all you got to do is click the first link in the description. You will get emails sent from us, including our free 6-part Poshmark workshop. It's a workshop we did to introduce everyone to Poshmark, to show you guys how we run a business out of our home, all that good stuff. So you'll get that free, sent right to your emails, one video at a time. And you'll also be entered to win the mystery box, which is going to be hand-picked items.
I love the mystery box.
Straight from our sourcing hauls that we'll put into a box and ship right to your door. So you guys will get some free product and get a leg up on sourcing. So definitely get on that email list. Click the first link in the description, and we will hopefully pick you as a winner.
Thrifty Treasure says, we have 5 days to ship. I just don't think I'm even going to put it on vacation mode. If you're not going on a long vacation, that's definitely feasible.
Right.
But if you're going for like a week and a half, or like, you want to enjoy yourself on vacation. If you're not on vacation mode, you are still going to get a lot more activity. You're going to get questions, and you're like trying to lay on a beach somewhere, and people are gonna be like, hey, what's the heel height? And you're like, dude, it's in the list. Like you're going to have to deal with a lot of like, vacation mode kind of like pacifies that.
We always do vacation mode. I think it doesn't hurt you like it does on eBay. You don't have to worry. Like eBay, I know that it takes some traction to get build back up your following. But if you're on vacation mode on Poshmark and you come off vacation mode, you're going to be in the same spot you were when you left for vacation. You're going to be able to make those sales. If you're making sales already, you're going to get those sales coming back into you. It's not going to hurt you like I know it does with eBay, where it takes some time to get back into selling and all that. So it really isn't a bad thing to go on vacation mode.
Carolyn says, remind us to smash like button. So smash that like button if you guys are enjoying this content.
And then she says, LOL, I just did.
Awesome. Yeah, so last time when we went to Cincinnati, I did not go on vacation mode. Jay put his closet on vacation mode. My sister was shipping for me, though. I was with family. I wasn't like lounging on a beach sipping Mai Tais or anything like that, But I was still able to answer questions and respond to people when they're like, oh, hey, whatever the question was. So it's like, it's one of those vacations where you actually can put a little time into it and you're not going to get aggravated. That's up to you,
Jennifer Howe, first link in the description gets you on the email list. If you've already clicked that link and got on our email list, you don't have to do it again. No. You're already in the drawing. You can already be a winner. It's like Publishers Clearinghouse. We may be coming to your house. Who knows? But, if you're not on that email list yet, definitely click the first link in the description, and it'll tell you what to do, and you just throw your email in there, and you'll be good to go. So, people do get upset if you don't ship within 2 days.
I've also had people buy something from
me. Robin, you don't. You're good to go.
And say, can you ship this on Friday? I'm not home. And I'm like, you're messing with my shipping time right now, right? But yeah, it doesn't happen that often. But sometimes it goes both ways.
Ron Dazzle Girl says, Raiken, I am watching Jay and Karen because of you. That's awesome.
You really do read that phone way better than the computer. Oh, yay.
See, Lindsay Holland says, I had my closet on vacation mode last week, and I've had good sales since I took it off. Yeah, it really doesn't make a difference. Yeah. I know eBay.
You'll start losing
you'll start losing rank and all that, and you'll have to start building the traction back up. But here in Poshmark, it's not like that.
Let's talk about eBay for about 30 seconds. When we went to Texas over a month ago, we increased our handling time to 5 days. Same concept of what you're talking about, 5-day shipping. And we were getting sales, way more sales. We weren't listing while you're in Texas. Nope. We came home and eBay was blowing up. I'm like, I'm not touching it.
The 5-day handling time, yeah.
We have been on 5-day handling time the entire month, and we've made more money this month than last month on eBay. And I'm like, what is going on? And it's been glitching everywhere.
Yeah.
It must be glitching in our favor because a 5-day handling time? What? And then I've been shipping quicker. And people are like, thank you for quick shipping.
How do you feel about sellers you list non-quality. Big Mac, you mean non-quality, like bad quality items? Like, what do you mean, like lower end brands? Oh, items under $10. I'm not a big fan of it. There's no point to it, really. Yeah. You're not gonna make what? You're gonna make $2 on a $6 sale. What's the point? It sets out a bad stigma for Poshmark too, because it's not going to force people to lower their prices, but if somebody's selling something for dirt cheap and you've got something for $30, they're going to go with the dirt cheap option as opposed to the $15 to $20 option. So it sets a bad precedent. But
at the same time, I have seen people successfully sell something that was sold at Walmart.
Yeah.
Not for a lot of money. Who would ask a lot of money for that? Like No Boundaries, like the Walmart brands. Same thing. If it's cute, it's there and they, want it, they're going to buy it. But if it's not worth a lot of money, you can't charge a lot of money for it. There are people that don't have high value items.
Yeah, I don't see the value in it. I mean, quantity over quality, but I mean,
some people do that.
It's
not our thing.
It's not our thing. We'd rather make $35 to $45 an item as opposed to selling 10 items at $4 an item. And
summertime's a little different because items are smaller and thinner and tank top ear and
She does have some lower priced items in her closet, but they're meant solely for bundles and they're not under $10. Mm-hmm. So the lowest she'll go is $10 in her closet. And it's meant to entice a bundle feature. Mm-hmm. So that if somebody wants to buy something and they see something that's $10, they can add it into the bundle and create a bundle and go like that.
Sometimes in Closet Clear Out, I'll go to like $14. It's like, okay, cool. I just made like $13 or whatever. Yeah, well, $12. And it's out of my closet. Sometimes I'll drop prices a little into the teens when I'm getting sick of seeing them right before a relist if it was already lowered to begin with, especially during a Closet Clear Out. But
so Lachey says, I had the reserved label on one of my items earlier and then it vanished. What exactly did that mean?
Oh, so when you see like a little yellow orangish flag at the bottom where it usually would say sold, if it's sold, it says reserve. People cannot put it on reserve. What happens is somebody is in the buying process. They clicked on buy and they are in the process of checking out. Now, sometimes they don't complete the checkout. They're like, I don't want to pay that much, or the shipping, or they change their mind and they back out. But that reserve stays on for 15 minutes. It's so two people can't buy one item while one person's in the checkout. So it kind of puts it on hold while someone's doing like their credit card billing.
That's all it means.
Yeah. But so it can turn to sold or turn to just normal.
Ron Dazzle Girl says, what do you think about people selling mystery boxes on Poshmark? I think it's a good idea if they do it right. Now we've had some comments in our Facebook group lately. And I actually read this one specific comment from a girl who just purchased a mystery box from somebody, and definitely vet these sellers first. Read their comments, read what they're getting, talk to other people that have bought a box from them, look at their closet. So this girl bought a mystery box for, I think it was $25, and she got a coffee mug. She got a shirt that was like worth $3 and it was just a whole bunch of junk that she couldn't make any money on. I mean, so it was ridiculous. So it's buyer beware with these mystery boxes. I think that
some of them are good.
Yeah, like I heard Lindy Glenn sends out a good mystery box. I'm sure Nicole State, and I don't quote me on this, but I know she does mystery boxes, and I'm sure she has a pretty decent mystery box.
Some people take pictures of like the tags of the brands that you will be getting in the box, like so you have an idea about like the brands, but you don't know exactly what it is, and that's the mystery.
Yeah,
I trust those a little more than just saying, hey, and some of them are expensive, like $100 mystery box. Woo! I need to know a little bit more than, hey, this is good stuff.
Trisha says, I bought a nice Adidas jacket and I noticed it says not for resale. Can I still sell it?
Where is it? What does it say? I'm sorry.
I bought a nice Adidas jacket and I noticed it says not for resale. Can I still sell it?
I don't know why it says that. Maybe it was like a gift or a promotional item
or something like that. Yeah. I would
I don't know.
Let's say sell with caution. We can't advise you one way or another on that.
Maybe it was a promotional item, like given away at like an Olympics or something like that. Or
sell it with caution.
Baseball game, and they give you brand new stuff for like hat day.
Posh Seller says, if you sell a mystery box, I'd totally get one. Something we might consider doing in the future.
Or maybe it was a sample. Yeah, Thrifty Treasure says maybe it was a sample.
So that's something we might consider doing in the future with mystery boxes. We haven't done it yet, but we might set that out in the future. So just stay tuned for that. If we do, we'll definitely announce it here first, and we won't send out junk. What do we got here?
Yeah, maybe sample items.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Elisa Goldman says, Trisha M, you own it, you can resell it. I would tend to lean towards that situation as well.
That's the law. You take possession of it when you buy it, no matter where you buy it from. You know, you bought that Adidas jacket. It's no longer Adidas's to say, don't sell this. It's yours.
Yeah. Yes, a surplus seller has to pay $6.49 shipping for junk. I know that's a problem.
Yeah.
With these mystery boxes, and that's
if you guys want to venture into it, I would probably do it more of the way that I'm saying, like take pictures of like, you know, not the item, but like the actual tag, like Madewell, J. Crew, or whatever, so people could get like an idea about what's in the box, and not just like getting a mug and a rag.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so bad.
See, Christina or Roscoe, I think I said your name right. I hope I did. She says that she has lots of lower end jewelry items in her closet, and she uses them for bundling. And that's the thing. You can have lower priced items and hope that they're just for bundling. But I mean, somebody could always just buy one of those from you. And I mean, I don't see a point in it, because you got to pay $6.49 for shipping anyway. So if you're going to spend $7 for shipping on a $3 item, it doesn't make much sense financially.
Some people will.
But some people will do that. Yeah, it's I'm not saying not to put low end items in your closet. Definitely keep them in your closet, because they're great for creating bundles.
Bundability.
They're great for repeat buyers and stuff like that. It's good to have them, but don't, like, we're talking about people who have closets that are nonstop $6 or less. That's it. That's their whole entire closet. And they're selling things that can definitely be sold for $15, $20. They're selling for $10. That's what we're talking about with this situation. Yeah. Not things that are reasonably priced at that price point. What else we got? What do you think of all the mystery and resale boxes on Posh now? Yeah, we already touched on that, Norma, but I think that's a buyer beware situation. Buy at your own risk. You can get a great box, or you can get a really crappy box, one way or the other. So you just got to kind of do your research on them and find out what they have in their closet, if they're selling decent stuff, if it's worth it or not. And that's what you got to be on the game about. So Mother's Mustache says, I will never buy a mystery box again.
Some people get a bad taste in their mouth, but other people get happy.
Yeah.
Another one in our Facebook group said that they bought a mystery box, but and it was fine items. It just wasn't her style that she usually puts in her. Yeah,
we got a comment right there too on that.
Thing.
Laura Ancona says, I bought a big mystery box, but the girl's style is not the same as mine, so I'm struggling to sell the items. It happens. Yeah, so you're taking a risk with these mystery boxes. You could get stuck with crappy products. You could get stuck with products you can't move. It's a risk. You're taking a risk. It's like gambling, and you know, everybody likes a gamble.
I say it a lot. My closet aims towards millennials, like, and like the very, like, kind of like that, like their style and how it is. So if I got a mystery box that, you know, was more towards like 35, 45 year olds, like, they probably wouldn't sell that fast or at all. I'd probably want to bury it in the bottom of my closet.
Yeah, that's a good point too. Christina Erickson says, sometimes I think these big mystery box sellers are sometimes getting people to review them with good ones because you can't see the bad reviews. If you get a bad box, though, somebody's going to comment on one of your listings and they're going to say this is a terrible box. They're gonna find a way to get a comment out there. And yeah, they could always relist it and publish it again, and the comment will disappear. But for that brief moment, people are going to see that comment until they realize it. So there's always a way to get the word out that something not right happens. So
Karen Brooks says, someone asked me to style them, and I never did that before. So where you got that notification in your feed, and it says style, and click on it, and it will take you to the closet of that person. And at the bottom, you hit their style card. It shows you exactly what size they are. They'll say like medium in tops, whatever in bottoms, and whatever in shoes. So then you can filter your own closet for those sizes and send directly over to their dressing room items that go together, like make little outfits for them. Or if they ask you to style them and they already had something bundled, they're like, I like this shirt. What goes with it?
Yep.
You look at what size pants they are or what size bottom they are, and then you can kind of find something that goes with it and help them style it. They're looking to bundle.
So Swamp Picker, if you have a lot of followers that have no items in their closet, it basically just means they're on the app to buy. Those are good things. You want to have those followers with no items in your closet because it means they're a buyer and they're going to buy from you. So definitely don't worry if you have too many of those. That's a good sign.
Buyers are good. We like buyers. We need buyers, right?
Yeah. Jackie Nicole says, if something isn't selling, I will put stuff for $6. It at least gets your money back. And then I go back and try to buy something else that is better.
If you're going that low, you're better off relisting.
Yeah, remember Poshmark takes, what is it,
20%?
No, $1.99, right? Is it $2.99 or $1.99?
$2.99. Too much.
So they take $2.99. So if you're selling that $6, you're not really making your money back because Poshmark is getting $3 out of that $6. So now you're getting a $3 item unless you bought it for $3, which means you're finding phenomenally great product.
But you're also breaking even.
You're breaking even, yeah, and that's not what we're here for.
You're not even breaking even. You already took your time. Time is precious. We do not get our time back, people. You took your time to go photograph that item, list that item, however long it takes you to do all that stuff. You are out that time if you break even. So you're not breaking even. You're losing money because you just lost your time.
Yeah. So Lachey Smith says, I'm thinking about opening another Instagram page just as advertising on the items I will be posting on Posh. I know a lot of people have them. Do you think this is a good marketing tool for sales?
I have an Instagram for Poshmark. Yeah, I definitely do. I'm not as active on it. I know a lot of people are. But on Instagram, people are more willing to buy right off of Instagram than if you say, hey, come to my Poshmark Closet, they're like, why don't I just buy it from you here? Can I PayPal you? People buy on Instagram all the time. It's business. People sell on Instagram. They sell clothing on Instagram. So if you start a whole like Instagram page to draw traffic to your Poshmark Closet, it might not be drawing traffic to your Poshmark Closet.
Got a 4-star review because the post office took 6 days to deliver. She said it was not the seller's fault, but it took 6 days for delivery. Do you just ignore it and move on? Yeah, you're just going to ignore that and move on. There's nothing you can do about it. No one's going to see it but you. So don't worry too much about that, Becky. Just move on and you're good to go.
Oh. I love how they're like, it's not your fault, but you get 4 stars. Oh, thank you.
April Collins sold 8 items in 1 day during the closet clear out. So that's awesome.
We love closet clear out.
$2.95 is the fee. Yeah, that's what I thought. Something like that.
Yeah. So that's why why bother?
Yeah. Jay, do you find your closet sells better than Karen's? I'm going to sell strictly big guys clothing, just wondering how it does. Now, Karen's closet definitely outsells mine. It's Poshmark is still big on women. My men's closet does well. Yeah, her closet's been around for 5 years. She's got 100 and some odd thousand followers. I'm at 33,000 followers. I've only been on Poshmark for 7 months? Not a little longer than 7 months, since October. Almost a year. So it's definitely takes some traction, especially if you're getting into men's, because men's is still growing on Poshmark. That's why I started now. I started the men's closet now when there wasn't too many men's closets out there, because I'm going to have my closet already up to speed by the time men really start to buy frantically on Poshmark, and that's going to be great for me. So that's the benefit of getting a men's closet open now, is you're getting in on the ground floor, and you're good to go. So
oh, that's a good question. I'm getting ready to fill a bag for ThredUp. Should I steam items first? They are going to get wrinkled. If you have ever sent a bag into ThredUp, it's this humongous, like, thick plastic bag where they tell you just throw stuff in there, and you can try to like layer it. It does not stay layered. I've tried to organize that bag and like make it. It's not structured like a box. It just fold it nice, and if it stays as nice as it can, it will, but it's meant to shove and go.
Do you know where to buy a good price claw machine?
A what?
A price claw machine. I'm not sure what that is, to tell you the truth.
A price claw? I don't know what that is. I'm like trying to think of other words for a price claw. Where is it? Show me the words.
It's right there.
Oh, yeah. No idea. Chubby Donut. I don't know what that is. Maybe it was autocorrect?
Men's Big Star jeans. They will sell well. I think for right around $35 to $40. I think I have mine listed at $38 right now. Still haven't sold them yet, but it's not quite jean season. So we're waiting for that August to roll around when people really start buying jeans again. I just picked them up in June. So
that's why Jay's buying his Hudsons now.
Yeah.
Because it's not jean season and people have
prices are low. So if you're looking, if it's great to be a buyer now if you're looking to buy jeans because you're going to get them at dirt cheap prices because people are marking them down left and right.
They're going to take better offers on them.
And they're going to take better offers on them. Exactly. But selling jeans, not the best time right now. Yeah, girls jeans, Big Star. Definitely put them up, though. Definitely just put them up and get them listed. They're going to sell eventually. Girls Big Stars do great. I'm stocking up on jeans for the fall. That's the best way to do it. Do you organize your closet by categories? No, we don't. We find it's tedious. And, a claw machine. Claw machine is an arcade game. That's what you're talking about. Yeah, we don't organize by categories. It's just too tedious to keep in track, keep in shape. And, we like to keep our best items at the top of our closet so that they get the most views when people go to our closet. Because most people are just going to go through the first 10 or 15 items in your closet and move on to something else if they don't see something they like. So,
yeah, we don't do that. The most organization I have in my closet is I don't put two listings next to each other that clash in color. Like I won't put pink and red next to each other. I'll separate them by a pair of jeans or something. Like that's just like aesthetically like the way someone scrolls through my closet. Like I don't want it going, ugh, making their eyes go like eye puke. I don't want that.
If you watch Karen's video on closet clear out techniques revealed, it was great. I watched it and was able to get sales this time around. Yeah, those videos are great. We put a lot of work into that. They definitely help. So if you're struggling with closet clear out, go back and watch those videos and do exactly what we talk about in those videos.
The only difference is Poshmark updated since then, so you don't have to manually enter the price drop number. There's the calculator. Yeah. That's the only difference in the video because that video is a little older.
So Tanya's got a question. Did you ever hear anything about potentially pinning items to the top of the closet?
No, but that would be great.
That would be great.
That would be great.
Yeah, we just if I list something new, I just move what I want to the top of my closet. After I'm done, I'll usually do 5 listings and then share whatever I want to the top. Plus, after that.
As a Posh ambassador, I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it because some people weren't there. When you're recommended to people and you show up in people's feed and it's like, hey, follow these Posh ambassadors. They see like the first 3 listings in your closet. They see your little icon, your little bubble icon, your closet's icon, and they see the first 3 listings. So those first 3 listings need to be great. They shouldn't be banners.
Yeah.
They should be like your best items.
It's okay to have one banner or sign up there, but
like welcome to my closet.
I think I have a Posh ambassador, like I'm a Posh ambassador sign up there.
But then
2 great items right after that. So it's you want to keep them looking through your closet, and if they see one good thing, they're going to look for more good things. So
I did say
do 7 for all mankind. Brett in a size 32 women's do good.
It's a Brett.
That's what it says. BRETT.
I don't know what a Brett is. I'm not sure.
Yes, Fashion Hoarder. We just keep our summer items in our closet and move on to fall and winter. Summer items will sell throughout the fall and winter. People do go on vacations, cruises, tropical vacations, all that good stuff. So we leave them there, and we will get occasional sales on those throughout the fall and winter and spring seasons.
However, size 32 and 7 for all mankind. Like anytime I list anything like in the plus size area for like designer jeans, they sell. People sometimes gain a little weight, and they're like, I love my jeans. They don't fit into them anymore.
Connie, as far as we know, you can't pin on Poshmark. Somebody was just asking a question about that, but you can't do that yet. So, we just share from bottom to top, and that way everything stays in order, and you don't lose the things at the top of your closet. When we list, we just share what we want to stay at the top after we've done our listings, and then back out of the closet and share everything from bottom to top again. Karen, I found a pair of True Religion shorts, new at tags for $250. Has a broken zipper. However, if I show you pics of them on Facebook, could you tell me if they are real before I spend the money to fix them?
I could try. I'd rather hold them. Sometimes it's hard with pictures. You know, there's some things that I could tell, like with the tag and like the pockets, but some of the newer True Religions don't even have like the pocket Buddhas.
Yeah, so it's a tricky thing to tell without actually having the jeans physically in our possession. There is a QR code on most
the new ones.
The newer ones. So if they're a newer item, if they're more recent, like within the last 5 years or so, there's going to be a QR code on the tag. If you get a QR scanner and scan that code, it should take you right to True Religion's website, and you should see that item for sale if they're real. That's a great way to tell if they're real. If the Buddhas are really, really large or really, really small, then they're fake or faded.
Like extreme.
Those are the two telltale signs on those. So take a look for those.
Those are the easiest.
Linda Nixon, I just got a message. Congrats on the host pick. What am I supposed to do now? Thank everybody who congratulates you and follow and follow and follow.
And if the actual host who picked it said I chose this as a host pick, definitely
thank them as well. Yep.
You know, when you're thanking everybody else, you can kind of mass tag them in one listing and be like, thank you, everybody. But for the host, say individually, say thank you very much for your consideration. That made my day.
The Buddha, no, Robin, we're talking about the Buddha on the pockets, the printed on the pockets and the back pocket as well. Yeah, the back label. But if you look for the Buddhas that are printed on the pockets and where else do they print the Buddhas?
They print them on the inside pocket fabric.
Yeah, the inside pocket fabric. If they're really big or really small, then they're probably fake.
There's many different little things for True Religion where you need to inspect all the different aspects. But those ones are like, to me, the biggest obvious ones. You know, that's where I first go to before I start looking at the smaller things that I know will tell me yes or no. And if I'm still indecisive, then I move on to the harder to figure out ones. And
so check the pockets, check even the back label. If the back label Buddha is really big or really small, it's probably fake.
Also the stitching.
Oh, the stitching is definitely key giveaway. Yeah.
Even stitching. Yeah. Okay. If they're a little older, there could be some pulling to the stitching, but True Religions, they're $200 plus. You know, they're not going to have like the label with the stitching going like that or like thin stitching.
I would be leaning on saying that they're probably fake because I would assume a real pair of True Religions, the zipper wouldn't break that easily on them. So it's gonna, you're gonna, $200 jeans. They're not gonna have. They are. She says they are new with tags. It's a tough call. I would assume that a zipper is not going to break, especially on a new with tag pair of jeans. The zipper is not going to break on an authentic pair of True Religions that easily.
Even new with tags, they make new with tag fakes.
Yeah,
they do. There is an eBay forum post, and it's all about. This is where I first started my long history into. Let me tell if this is real or not. Was this one eBay article? Someone like wrote out a blog post on like True Religions, but they had like comparisons, like real fake. And one of them had to do, one of the, sections had to do with if it's new with tags. It's like, this is a real tag. This is a fake tag. And, like I said, I have to always be comparing side by side. So that's where I first started my education. So I would try to find it.
Yeah. Karina 1995 Go. Is it okay to resell something you bought off of Poshmark? I bought shorts that are too big for me in perfect condition. Should I relist them at the price I bought them for? If they don't fit you, you can definitely resell them. I would suggest not to resell them at the price that you bought them for, especially if you can make a profit on them. If you bought them on an offer and you think you can sell them for more money, don't be afraid to list them for a higher price than what you paid for them.
You also have to take into consideration you spent on shipping.
Yeah. So definitely sell them for as much as you possibly can. Don't feel you have to list them at what you bought them on. So that's a common misconception. You can sell them if they're yours. If I'm buying a $30 pair of Hudson jeans and they're in perfect condition and I can sell them for $65, I'm gonna buy them and I'm gonna resell them. I'm not even gonna wear them half the time.
I've done that. So, I've sourced on eBay for Poshmark.
Yeah, we've done that all the time. So it's definitely a viable option. What's the best way to get deodorant marks off black clothing?
Denim. Rub jean on the deodorant. The friction of the denim will take the deodorant off. Or just wash it, unless it's new with tags. I know sometimes people will try it on in the store and get the deodorant mark on it. Ugh.
Does Poshmark have a brand authentication service? Yes. If you sell something that is going to sell for over $500, for $500 or more, it will go through automatic authentication with Poshmark, and that is completely free. If you're selling something under $500 and the buyer wants to pay for authentication, you can send it in and have the buyer pay for it, or you can pay for authentication. If you want to get something authenticated, you can send it in. There's a small fee. We've never done it, so I don't know what the fee is, but you can send items in to have them authenticated. If you're not sure.
Lotus.
I saw that, yeah. So Swamp Picker says, I have a pair of fake red monkey. Question mark.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure what the question is. Yeah.
If you have a pair of fake anything. Okay. I have bought True Religions in the past where I'm like, oh, and I was on the fence and like I've done a lot of research into this because they make really, really good fakes. I will not list them until I'm 100% sure that they are authentic. And then this is just not even just True Religion, anything. If there's any doubt in my mind that they're fake, I'm going to sit on the money I've invested until I can prove yay or nay. I'm not going to list something and have it come and bite me in the butt because that's something that could get you shut down. Selling unauthentic stuff, anything, that's a violation of like trademark. You can't do it. Even if you were like, I had no idea it was fake.
And they can still shut you down for that. Yeah.
I'm not going to get my entire business shut down because I was like, it's pretty good. And I'm not quite sure.
Yeah.
Oh, for what? Like a couple bucks?
Oh, Swamp Picker just put the question marks to get her attention. I saw fake Betsy Johnson. It said Betsy Ronson. Yeah, that's a dead giveaway.
Sorry. Oh, no.
So Fashion Hoarder, if you've got that Kate Spade navy dress with deodorant marks, just do what Karen said. Rub some denim on them. They should come right out. Christina, I was told by the authentication divas on Facebook that there aren't fake Betsy Johnsons.
There are fake Betsy Johnson jewelry. Okay. People don't go out and say, I'm going to copy. You know how she makes really she'll make like a crab, but like bejewel it. Betsy Johnson's really funky with her jewelry. People will take something that is from Claire's, that it has like Betsy Johnson-esque style to it, but was never actually made to copy Betsy Johnson and throw it on a Betsy Johnson tag. They don't usually replicate them. That's true, but people will try to pass something off as Betsy Johnson that is seriously like $2 from Claire's. So that's what you have to look out for Betsy Johnson.
Yeah.
Because she makes some crazy jewelry. So people see crazy jewelry and they're like, they'll buy this. It's a Betsy. And it's
so like, Laura Ancona says, I bought a beautiful pair of boots and one of the buckles on the straps is missing. Would you try to sell with a missing buckle or try harder to repair? Try to repair it first. If you can repair it and find a buckle that works, then repair it and disclose that you repaired it so you don't get that return. Definitely disclose that the item was repaired. If you can't repair it, disclose the damage and sell it as is if you want to, and you're going to take a hit on the profit, obviously. But or just, take a loss and move on. But I would suggest selling it as is if you can't repair it and just seeing if someone's going to buy on them. There's always people out there that will look for a bargain and maybe they'll be able to fix it up better than you can or something like that.
People are more crafty than you, and you're like, hey, it's missing a buckle, and they see it and they're like, ooh, I know exactly what to do with that. And then they're looking for a bargain, So you never know what people want. Yeah,
there's another question on stock photos. So I'm not sure what you guys are talking. I haven't heard anything about Poshmark cracking down on stock photos and or the use of stock photos in general. But there's another comment coming in on that. So maybe it's something we haven't had issue with yet. We still use stock photos. We haven't heard anything from Poshmark about it. So until I hear anything other than that, I'm going to assume we can still do it. And
Lululemon is
cracking down. Yeah. So there are certain brands that
And it doesn't have to necessarily be from Lululemon. It's also Lulu Fanatics, which they say they're not in correlation with Lululemon. It's a fanatic site, and they list literally every single Lululemon piece, but a lot of their photos were Lululemon stock photos. So they have permission on the Lulu Fanatics site to use that, but you don't have permission to take a Lulu Fanatics picture and put that on Poshmark.
So have you ever sold Levi's 501s? If so, how did you do? How did they do?
You sold 501s.
Yeah, I sell my Levi's at like $25 unless they're spectacular or retro or vintage, red line, something like that. You're not going to you're not going to expect to get more than $25, $30 for a pair of Levi's. It's just the going rate. They're just regular run-of-the-mill Levi's jeans. That's what you're going to get as a resale value for them. So
now if they're special, like they're reworked or they're
redones or something like that, yeah, then it's a different story. If you make them into redones, you can get more money for them. We have a video on that. 501s, can you do that? Yeah, so we do have a video on how to create a redone look and take a pair of $25 Levi's and turn them into a pair of $55 shorts. So there are possibilities to get some money out of Levi's, but if it's just a straight pair of jeans, like I list in my closet, I list them for $25.
Yes, Vineyard Vines. Vineyard Vines. I've never been able to find Vineyard Vines stock photos. So people that do, congratulations, but they're cracking down on them. I've heard they've been like that though, Vineyard Vines. They've been like that all over the board, not just on Poshmark, but on eBay too. And I never find them, so I don't have that problem.
Sue says several people were posting in Instagram stories today with messages from Posh about stock photos.
But was it a specific brand? Was it saying, hey, you just violated Lululemon's terms of agreement or something like that? Because they'll tell you what brand they took down. You know.
Hey, Sonia, thanks for coming into the show tonight. And I'm glad you guys finally found our videos, our live video, and made it over here. Thanks for tuning in. Red Lotus Treasures, Jay Callie says, thanks so much for the Levi shorts tutorial. I sold mine so fast.
Mm-hmm. The more work you put into them too, it's a little time consuming. I mean, you can just cut and like put in the washing machine and they'll fray nice. But, you know, the more you put into like the distressing, the more money you're going to get from them.
All right, guys, we're going to take a few more questions and then we are going to get going. It is getting a little late. I got one right here, though. Is there anything to do when a buyer puts a hold on an item at the post office? It won't show delivered, which it was last week, and I don't know what, if anything, to do.
So it's at the post office. How do you know it's on hold? It just won't leave the post office? Huh. Maybe they're not home. You know how you can hold your mail at the post office if they're not home? You give them a card and they won't deliver it to your mailbox. They hold it at the post office. That is a thing. And not just your package, but like all their mail. If they go away and they don't want like their mailbox exploding with mail and like a big red alert to like burglars, like we're not home. People hold their mail at the post office. I'm not sure exactly what to do. I've never had that happen though.
Linda, all you got to do is thank them for the congratulating on the host pick and thank the host that picked it. Yeah, that's what Robin Rushing is saying too. Usually a hold means they are on vacation or something like that. So guys, that's going to do it for us tonight. Definitely click that first link in the description and jump on our email list. We are picking a winner next Monday for that mystery box giveaway. If you guys are already on the email list, you already have a chance to win. If you're not, get on tonight. You will also receive the free 6-part Poshmark workshop just for you get on that email list. You can't get those videos anywhere else. They'll be sent out to your emails one video at a time. They're not available on YouTube or anything like that. So the videos are a great resource for Poshmark. We talk about everything about Poshmark in those videos. So click the first link in the description, jump on the email list, and we will hopefully pick you guys to win that mystery box. Someone's going to win it.
Fingers crossed.
And we hope that it's one of you guys. So definitely click that first link and get on that list, and we will see you on
give us a thumbs up.
Friday. And special announcement about Friday. We're going to be having one of our students from Poshing for Profits on the show to talk live about her life story, about how she's doing on Poshmark, about results from what's going on and when she started and how she got there and all this good stuff. So definitely tune in Friday night for that. It should be an awesome show. We're going to be interviewing her live on Friday night. So hopefully we'll see you guys all on Friday. You guys have a great night, and thanks for tuning in.
Bye, guys.